Hello and welcome to my channel Common Sense Masterclass. Today I talk about the slippery slope of retail. Once upon a time there used to be two categories of stores, multi-brand outlets called MBOs and multi-category outlets. The role of the brand was principally to design the product, service the channel to the CFA's distributors, and to create demand for the product through advertising, while the role of the retailer was to service the end customer. One fine day, a bright chap thought that along with the product, the channel, and advertising, if they could reach the consumer directly, they could own the channel, which meant that the brand would become a retailer. In a sense, it led to the formation of exclusive brand outlets called EBOs. Now, EBOs are visualized as small sub-1,000 square feet stores, but formats like Tara, P&M, Hacks, and Eastside are actually your EBOs, though their size may be running up to 20,000 square feet. While this was happening, the MBOs noticed that brands were making possibly too much of money selling their own products, which they could also make the same products and they could price it 50% cheaper. So they started off with low involvement and fast moving categories like soaps in grocery, as well as dresses or t-shirts in fashion. Thus, private label was born. So the advantages of selling private label is that you get 2x gross margin, while the downside is that it creates consumer dissonance. Now, how it creates consumer dissonance is that imagine you go to a store and you want to buy a popular cola brand, but what you find on the shelf is a substitute called a Gola Cola. Or if you want to buy a Tetra Pak juice called Tropicana, but what you find on the shelf is Moonkist. So as a loyal customer, you're most likely to get disoriented with the situation, and therefore you're not likely to visit the store again. Similar thing may happen in fashion as well. You are a brand conscious customer and you want to pick a pair of denim. You go to a brand and you want to buy G-Vice, but what you get served is a brand called Jing Jing. So therefore, the need for the multi-brand outlets is to balance consumer and profitability. In other words, revenue and gross margin. Now, it's a very, very fine and a risky balance. And the journey to become a large EBO from a large MBO is fraught with many slippages and must be calibrated at each step. Giving the power of choice to the customer by putting both products on the shelf and letting the consumer decide, since private label will be 20% cheaper, instead of removing the brand, thus forcing the customer to make a choice. Because in today's day and age, nobody likes to shop with a compulsion. You can start off this replacement of private label, easy to replace categories like staples and dairy in grocery, and entry price point products of t-shirt, homeware, or kids wear in fashion. Because trying to provide an apple-to-apple replacement for every product category often backfires in form of unsold inventory or dissatisfied customer. It is inevitable that MBOs need to have a thriving private label portfolio for survival in a world where discounting and undercutting of prices is mainstream and acceptable. But the urge to create a brand from a label in a very short time is a pitfall, because the rate of change of consumer preferences may not equal to the rate of change in the retailer product portfolio. If you have liked this video, do share and subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.